Lucas donated $200. 6.7. Given the litany of bed men, including your ex-husband, what would you say is the common denominator here? Learn discernment, be exacting and choose wisely. You have agency. You own our choices.
Do you want to respond to that?
I would agree with that. I do. I've tried to. I have varied I've been like, okay, I'm going to do online dating. That doesn't work. Okay, I'm going to try to meet a guy here. I'm going to try different ages. I'm going to, different looks. Maybe I'll hang out with a guy that I'm not necessarily like, oh, he's hot. I don't ever go for the guys that I'm like, oh, they're hot. I usually go for an average looking guy that I'm like, he seems like a good, decent, stable guy. And a lot of times it's really hard to find that with how a lot of people are nowadays.
Would you be willing to settle for a man with kids?
Possibly. It's hard for me because I want kids.
Right.
And if I don't ever have them, I don't know if I can be with somebody else raising their children.
I know. I'm saying you can still have kids with him. I'm just like, if you had like 1 or 2 kids.
Yeah, I'd be fine.
Let's say he's like 43. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I've dated older guys. I've dated guys that are 50. I've dated guys who are my age. I've dated tons of different guys.
I do want to say I don't think you're doing anything wrong in the sense now you want to change, this is a kind of guy that I want. Yeah. And because the dating pool is it's going to become smaller and smaller. Mm-hmm. Trust me. Like,
I know.
I know you're saying, oh, I'm older, but I have not dated anyone, and it's because you are going to marry one person, right? You're not like, it's the dating pool is so small.
Technically, it's going to be 2 because I've already had one marriage.
No, yeah, but you see what I'm saying? Like, you're going to submit to your husband, right? It's not to like multiple guys. Yeah. So all things through Christ is possible. I'll just say that right there. Yeah. And I've seen my older cousin, he was dating someone for 6 years, I think. Mm-hmm. And they separated, and because he didn't see someone, a potential future wife, right? Mm-hmm. And he was like older, 29, almost 30. And so he was like, I'm gonna have to revert to women who have already kids, who, and in that sense, he wasn't trusting God's plan. Yeah. But 4 months, and then he was single for a year, I believe, and then he met a young woman. She was in her 29, late 30s. Or early 30s, and they got married 4 months within meeting of each other. So it's like, I know there's, you might say, oh, those are exceptions, but it's possible with Jesus. You submit to the Lord and give it to him, and cast all your cares onto him, and he will give your heart's desires.
Yeah, and honestly, I will say that when you were talking about how in your marriage that you were, like kind of pleading with your husband to stay in the marriage, and that, I guess he eventually walked away. Mm-hmm. I will say it's nothing to do with you. It's not a reflection on you, but like the Lord will remove people from your life who are not.
It could be.
It could be a little bit. I wasn't a perfect wife.
My point though is that the Lord will remove people from your life who are not adding to it and who are not meant to be in your life. And so, I think every rejection is a redirection. And so, I definitely think that you should take it that way.
Thank you.
Claim the audio boosted $200. Now it's all men's fault that other men aren't good. If women were better and taught other women, we wouldn't have gold diggers. Be pickier and stop having unrealistic expectations.
I'm not saying it's all men's fault. I'm saying people if it's going to get any better, both genders need to work together. Yeah, we need to stop beating each other up constantly.
Sure. Just some points of clarification here. You have been with other men besides your husband?
It's not my husband. I'm not married anymore.
Well, ex-husband.
Yes.
Okay. And then, what was the timeline with those other men?
It varies. And that's not really something that I'm comfortable discussing. I'm not going to tell the whole world how long I wait to sleep with people.
But were any of those men did you sleep with any of them quickly, first couple dates?
Yes, and I deeply regret it, and that's why I don't.
That's such a hard sell for a guy. This guy's waiting for 9 months, and then a guy you were dating three weeks ago.
If a girl makes the mistake of sleeping with a guy too quickly, she then has to sleep with every guy too quickly.
No,
that's so unfair.
No, you look.
So I can't make the decision to choose to wait because I've already hooked up with a guy.
Hold on, I'll explain it to you. You can be the biggest whore in the world.
I just
and-
have to keep
hold on.
being a whore.
Stop. Let me finish, and then you can respond. You can be the biggest whore in the world and fuck 1,000 men within 10 minutes of meeting them, and then after that 1,000th man that you fucked, immediately, you can now make a new determination and say, I'm waiting until marriage now.
That's not
And-
what
and-
happened.
He's using it as an
It's
example.
literally- okay.
Hypothetically.
I'm saying to that extreme, I'm saying that a woman can do that, and that can be her new standard. What I'm saying though is, if you're dealing with a guy and he hears this, and he's like, "Well, hold on, you slept with all these other guys like first, second, third date. Now you want me to wait indefinitely while you're trying to figure out whether or not you want to wait until marriage before we have sex, or you want to wait 3 months or 8 months or 9 months." I think men can be like, I accept your choice to not want to sleep with me, but that's kind of bullshit. I don't want to date you.
And I feel like that's
And
like
I
a full
understand,
disclosure.
like, that's
That
fine.
would also be
I
like,
feel like it's a full disclosure
don't
when you
work out with
first
all
meet
these
someone.
other
Would you remove your piercings tomorrow?
Would I remove them tomorrow? Probably not. If I was with a man, then everything was. If I was with a guy and he wanted me to take them out, I would.
Well, I think that would be the problem, though, right? So I think if you want to attract that man to begin with, you have to give off the impression that you are changed, that you are a specific way.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
or that you're wanting to attract a man of that sort of value that you are
I
talking
can
about.
agree with that.
Because you have a good personality. Like if you walked into my church and you didn't have the piercings and you had a nice dress on, and the way you are, you're like more feminine, you're more respectful, I would look at you as just like as a normal, good human being. Whereas I would judge you more if I saw the tattoos and the piercings and all that.
Yeah, I can understand that.
And even what he
But-
said, like where you are matters, like the place. I mean, I don't know. If you're going to church, obviously that's the impression that you're giving off.
Yeah.
But it's just like, here you are saying, okay, I can't find the guys who don't want to fuck me right away. He's asking you to make really an effortless change. Try this. Lose the nose piercings, lose the earrings, and you have to
tongue one.
think about it. What's there to think about?
Because
Be like,
there's-
okay, I'll just do it. I'll try it for a month.
There's no guarantee that that's gonna find me those guys either.
Bro, she's not willing to
but it
take her
could.
piercings out to potentially find the love of her life. That's crazy. You're way too attached to your outward physical
And
appearance.
if it doesn't
you
work,
want
you
some,
could just
like,
put them back in.
virtuous guy to like, what?
Is there
Why
a
not
sense of
try?
comfort
Look,
you get with
a
them?
guy could be okay with the piercings, and you might deal with a guy, he has piercings or tattoos of his own, but it's like, why not try it? You're so like caught up in like, I'm attached to my like outward aesthetic. I'm not willing to do this minor change to potentially see if it helps with my dating prospects.
I can see your point. And maybe
I get that you can see my point. Why don't you just say, yes, I'm going to try it?
okay, yes, I will try.
But especially
Okay,
the
boom.
tongue one. When I see the tongue one, I'm not saying this.
Oh, you have a tongue piercing?
Yeah.
Stick your tongue out. Oh, stick your tongue out. Stick your tongue out. Let's see. What is it? I didn't even notice it. Oh, you got a double fucking tongue. Let's see it.
I got that after I was married.
If I see that, I'm not saying
bro.
you're not, but
I didn't even see that.
Yeah, yeah.
All my shit would change. Bro,
yeah.
no dude's looking at a girl with a tongue piercing and thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to wait 6 months to fuck her.
Well, the thing is, I will
What?
say though, what you
like,
just
I
said
want
though
that now.
is like
Yeah.
you are
I
driven
want
by the
that now.
fact that you want to be a mom so bad, and that's just the thing. It's just based on impression. I don't think like just what they're saying. Like that wouldn't be the assumption.
Yeah.
I will tell you, I see that piercing, and I'm not saying you are at all, but I think of a slut.
I know.
Do you know the history behind tongue piercings?
Yeah, it's for
Like
Slutty, yeah.
Forgiving her.
Well, no, it's
Yeah.
yeah,
no,
it is.
Like
that's my,
I feel like you're asking
is.
for advice
it's
and
some,
people are
she
telling
wants
it
the
to
head
you.
to be better.
it is.
Wait, are you taking
That's
a
exactly what it
break
is.
from dating? Is that what you said, or is it
No, I'm not taking.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
still.
I feel
Wait,
like you're
have-
asking
maybe
for advice and
How
people
long
are
have you been
telling you.
celibate?
a step
year?
back?
I'm not celibate. So it's been like a year
sorry?
since
Yeah,
I've
I'm
slept
so
with somebody. I'm
confused.
not technically celibate. It's been like a year since I've slept with somebody.
Oh, well, you've been celibate for a year.
Yeah.
Sure.
You haven't had sex with,
okay.
yeah, okay. Sorry, were you asking her
Oh,
something?
yeah, maybe taking a step back and allowing, like she was saying, work on yourself.
Do you want kids?
Yeah.
I would like
No
have
step back.
kids.
No step back.
Oh, okay.
Fucking tonight, go in the bathroom right now. Take that shit out. Take it out. We
Put them in a little
get-
Ziploc baggie.
We gotta
Is
stuff it
that
up a little bit.
is that what's gonna make you guys happy? You guys want me to go take some of my piercings out
no,
right
leave
now?
Please don't do that right now. That is unsanitary.
Leave it
feel
in for now,
comfortable.
but I just...
I think
I think
also
you're
a sense
asking
of
for advice, and we're
comfortability.
trying to tell you it's not going to make us happy. We're trying to make you
That would
happy.
be,
It's not.
I can see. I can see the point.
I'm not giving you advice. I'm giving you reality. If you want to take it, then you can. I don't care if you take the advice. Yeah. I just say because you do seem like a good woman.
Thank you.
Yeah.
double
And you
tongue
have good
piercing.
intentions. And you want the best thing that I think people should strive for, which is a family, which most people will never accomplish,
Yeah.
sadly. And I hope you do get that, but you have to make these changes if you want that.
Yeah, and like I'm sure what Bella meant is like taking a step forward, but chasing after the version of yourself again,
Yeah,
like I
like
said.
taking a step back so I can work on me a little bit and then going into dating.
But
Sorry, you said you were Christian, right?
yes.
Okay. So are you actively in a church or no? Okay. My advice would be to actively engage
get involved in
into
a
a church.
community.
It's
And with
been-
women your age,
it's
that-
been-
Find a guy there.
It's very
It's
hard
been very
to,
hard for me to find a church in my area that I actually
Yeah.
agree
Why don't
with.
you move like 2 hours north?
My job,
Is that you can't move because of that?
my job is like right in
Super
Seattle.
chats, maybe. Okay. That's
Because I live very like in the middle of nowhere, and I meet a lot of great
I
conservative
wish
people.
I could live in the middle
Yeah.
of nowhere. I wish I could.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my job. Everything is like right in the city, so I can't.
I
Really
feel like
move
it is
north.
hard to find a good church that isn't like hypocritical in a sense though. So
Yeah.
like they
Quicker.
could say that they're following one thing and be completely acting a different way.
Have you had a
So-
bad experience with it?
Yeah, I've gone to multiple churches as well. I'm not really doing that necessarily or going out of my way to try to go to church, but I do want to practice something that like I consider myself polytheistic, so I take things from each religion as well. So, I mean, I'm just trying to practice what makes me feel more comfortable as a person.
How soon after your marriage was there a rebound?
faster than it should have been.
Yeah. How fast?
A few months.
Can we? Hey, we gotta look. We really got to get the cameras on the people when they're speaking. Okay, faster than a few months, or what?
No, faster than it should have been.
Faster than it should have been.
Yeah.
Okay.
I made very poor choices after I got out of that because, yeah.
I'm just still caught up on the tongue piercing.